Oh, hey guys. So, I'm back on the road. I'm back. Feels a little weird. Does feel weird though. Was not planning on being home for 4 weeks, a month. It's only planning on 2 weeks. So, yeah, first couple weeks on the road is gonna suck. Got to make up for some bills now at this point, but whatever. Because also, for every week I'm home, seems like I spend more and more money, so there's that too. But it was nice. It was nice. Hey, don't mind me, I need a blanket. It's fucking a little cold back here because of one vent, two vent. I really should add a vent up there, also on top bunk, because oh wait, I have 3 vents back here on the bottom. Probably a good thing I'm sitting on this side too and not that side, because if I sat on that side I'd fucking freeze. But so you won't really hear anything about loads this week, because based on when I came out of the house, I left out the house as soon as the trailer's ready. But I mean, I wasn't able to get any trips in that week, and with the 4th of July too, kind of screws up. Like, I could have made in about 9 days about 10K gross, possibly 11. But also due to the fact my reload, right, for next week, into next week, spoiler alert, it's dedicated. Doesn't mean it always happen week to week. There's good possibility, but sometimes possibility where I'll be mostly dedicated and I'm pulling contract freight. But downside is it may not always end the week, because it's a week to week. It's all LTL shit. Week to week, where I may not finish my week in a place where I can get immediate reload. So that means I gotta probably have a down week to position myself again to keep it going. So pretty much starting on the 5th. The 2 weeks after that, I should, I'm thinking, if I do my math right, 62, 15,000 gross for those next 2 weeks. So there's bright side. So we'll see. It's new to me. It's gonna be probably the most fucking work I've had to do though, pulling freight. I'll give you a little teases, right? It's LTLs. It's can be multi-pick, meaning 1 to 4 picks, but it's also anywhere from like 5 to 10 drops. And that's all I do 1 week, right? It's Friday to Friday. It's all I do. Pays great. It just some work involved, which is fine, right? I mean, with this truck, I don't really want to work this truck like I did, where I put 3 months. I put on, well, it averaged out because I sat home for a month, but 26,000 miles. But the first 2 months it was like 33,000. I don't want to do that. No, this truck needs to do a third of that, pretty much. Well, I mean a third. I mean, really, if I could say 8 to 10,000 a month, I'd be happy. Preferably under 10. The more under 10, the better. But I will give a spoiler alert for this truck though. So the first week, this truck, I have worked this whole week, right? I have worked. I've done 1 load though. Paid pretty good, actually. It did pay pretty good. Wow. Okay. Paid good, but coming out of the house means I had a deadhead for it. So that part sucked. But this truck did average 7.1 for 79,700. So this truck was fucking heavy, and it did pretty good. It definitely seems to be happier. It seems like there's wrong oils in this truck. Seems like somebody put 40 viscosity when it's supposed to be running 30. We'll see. We'll see over the next month what it does. I get some varying weight in it. Because if I just got 7.1 for like 3,200 miles with 79.7, right? Really curious what it's going to do when I get 36K and under. Should be able to hit 7.5, 8 with that. Should. And then, by the way, I didn't have the time to just kind of take it easy. This truck was being ran on average about 70 all the way across the country. I didn't have the, 68 to 70 isn't going to be that big of a difference anyways. 65 is really when you start seeing more the benefit of running slower speed. And I'm not running the truck at 60. No. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that contract freight and MPG and all that. The only downside is it is cross country stuff, right? Well, I mean that's good side, right? Cross country, and it's countrywide. I don't know the areas. I don't know everything about it, so I'm gonna have to learn as I go too. But it does kind of suck though. I had to like end my week much early because it's 4th of July, and I need to make sure I'm in position to pick it up. Oh, might be. It's been a long fucking 5 weeks of doing nothing. But also, what do you guys think? Should I let this grow out all summer to see if my face can grow a beard? Like, I don't know. If that happens, I'm literally the only fucking person in my family that can grow hair. Like this is a fucking like more than most of my family can grow. So if this fills in like this, I don't know. I'll be happy, I guess. Kind of curious though. I like how it's also being a late bloomer, showing up. Here I am, fucking mid-30s, showing up. Yeah, but now is also the time where I have to hoard money starting in August. Because downside about coming out, spending a whole month at home, I don't really get money flowing for a couple weeks. And then it's like, so it's kind of like a rubber band effect, right? Or the draft effect. Like if you guys know racing terms, right? Say the month is the lead car, and then I'm drafting off him, right? So that's the first couple weeks. It takes a couple weeks for me to really get caught up, get even, and then kind of zoom around. Was not prepared to spend a month home. To be fair though, if I didn't do it then, if I didn't just say fucking do it, I wouldn't have done it. It's one of those things where I don't know what happened. Like I somehow became a workaholic, and if I don't fucking jump into anything that I say I'm gonna do with 2 feet, I'll always try to bide more time, which is not what I want to do. But the cat's happy too. The cat did have to get his road stomach back. He puked first 3 days in this truck, which is normal. First day kind of sucked though. It was all over the truck. It was straight, a full stomach all over the truck. Floor, fucking top bunk. Yeah, on the mattress. I didn't even make the bed yet, so that sucked. Which makes me wish I made a bed right away, but whatever, It was up in the cubby hole. It was all over. Then the second one was like right here. I mean, it was a little bit, right? Third day, he was just laying on the floor because the floor up front gets hot, does get warm, right? With all that heat coming up through the floor. So he likes laying there, and he's laying on a trash bag. And it didn't hit a bump or anything, just all of a sudden threw up right there on the bag. And because also anybody knows an animal, they don't like laying or saying where they're puking, so they're gonna try to like get the safety or something. So it was all over passenger seat, fucking top dash. Yeah. We're on day 2 though, not puking, so yeah. Seems like it was just, like I said, road stomach. Because not only, if you have extended downtime, not only do you have to, well me, I have to get, used to be back in truck mode, moving mode. So does he. Except his is not really moving mode, more like stomach mode. He's also getting older too, so he's starting to get more sensitive things. I mean, I got him when he was 6 weeks old in 2015. He was born in March, right? So I pretty much had him full possession since April. I don't remember when he was born in March though. I don't remember if it was mid, early, late. I don't remember. But here he is. He's 9. He's getting old. And also, I don't know how long he's gonna live either, considering the fact that my first cat, the one that passed away a couple years ago. 13, and his health just fell off a cliff. He never, like, didn't have any problems as I had him, but he never had greatest vision with jumping, like depth perception. I don't know if he had cataracts or what. This one, he was fine until he had the stones, and that was also, what, a couple years ago now? And they do say when cats get stones, they won't live as long. And also, unlike dogs, where it's a little bit more predictive how long they're gonna live, cats, it's average of like 13 to 20 years. So it's like, that's the average. How the fuck am I supposed to know? Especially when they can go healthy. Like my oldest he was healthy, big boy, right? Like 15 pounds. And over 1 year he lost about, what was it, 10 pounds? Yeah, because he was, when he finally went, when we finally put him down, he was 6 pounds. 6 some change, so. Nothing I really want to think about, but it is what it is at this point. It's life. I'm so tired. Part of this week, though, is, I don't really want to get into details on this load, but part of this week is the reason why I'm so tired. Having to get up early for a load that had an extra 350 miles added onto it from the pickup. And they didn't reschedule it. And then, of course, it's late, but late loads that aren't your doing, nor brokers or driver's fault, are the late loads that you want. And also, usually when that happens, usually means you won't have any issues at the receiver. Because the best words a driver wants to hear, especially when they're late, is, and these are some teasers for next week's video, right? Is, receiver's out of product, they desperately need your trailer. If you know, you know. Because, let's just say, pretty much whenever you show up, you're cutting trucks. Doesn't matter if they have appointments, you're getting on the dock, and you're getting out of the dock quickly. Yeah. Oh, I don't actually mind this place. Like, right, it's the weekend here, so I'm doing a 34 here. Just to keep also miles down and cost down, because I'm only going to be doing one more trip next week. It's just a matter of where. Unless there is a day trip somewhere that keeps me in the vicinity I need to be in. So I mean, I'm trying to say something without like saying anything, like, because I don't like making a video that I'm not really gonna talk about loads and then give loads, talk about those loads. But I did get that moonroof cover I was talking about. I did. I will post a picture. Community tab. So far, I am actually impressed. I'm actually able to sleep much better. I don't have fucking little light poles shining through the top of my truck, lighting up the whole truck. That darkens the truck so much, my microwave lights up the whole truck. Which, I'll be getting a piece of tape and something and covering that. I'll do something to dim that fucker, because it doesn't bug me. I just don't want it. But I will say, I don't like the price of that thing. That thing was, what was it? $180, I believe, for that. $150, something like that. 100 something. If I post a picture and you guys are curious about it, you want to get one for yourselves, I'll post a link. But I'm gonna do the same thing for this, because I mean, look at this shit. Look at this. This house is a curtain. How does this black out light? Period. I mean, do you call that fitting? They're supposed to fit the truck. Do you call that fitting? It was a pain in the ass to get it on, though. I mean, look at this. It overshoots. And then you got this one. Doesn't even fucking fit. Like, I'm pretty sure the Volvo 760 windows are smaller, so let's say 60, so these has to be the correct curtains. The ones that came with the truck, I don't know. Either way, I'll be getting more of the suction cup thing for the bottom bunk, top bunk, because top bunk has it worse. Like, one of the buttons that sits in the frame is gone, so it just like it's like this one, right? So the whole fucking flap just sits there. Yeah. I don't know what's inside that suction cup. It's much thicker. Like this is fucking thin, right? And this is like paper, really. I mean, complete piece of paper. That's like a piece of foam or aluminum foil and foam inside. And even then, I did a lazy job with putting that up, which I might fix it. I mean, when I say lazy, it's just a little bit much to one side more than the other. But I am kind of happy with that thing. As you can tell, it's, well, I have the lights on it. Otherwise, you'd be able to tell it's much darker in here. It does seem to be a little cooler in here. I can especially notice that when I'm driving down the road. Because that sunroof made the truck so hot up front when I was driving down the road. Even the AC on. It's because it's a lot of sunshine, and then you got the magnifying effect of the window, because the glass, you know, makes sunlight on glass makes it hotter, right? But glad I definitely bought it. But I'm also glad I'm like on the road too. I don't know what was going on while I was all home though. I was very like I'm usually fidgety for the first week because it takes me about a week to come back down into like relax mode. But once I knew I had extended home time, like I got very relaxed the second week. I was like, fuck yeah, all this gaming, right? About halfway through the third week, I got started getting fidgety again. It drove me crazy, and it drove her crazy too, because I don't know, it seems like I was ready to be back on the road. Downside is though, with the extended home time, right? Because it says I stay out 3 months. And well, let's do 3 months, right? So like pretty much July is when I hit the road again, right? So it's like a week from July, so I don't count that last week, right? So it's July, so it's August, September, October. Would have been going home middle of October at some point. But with Thanksgiving there, and this truck does need to see the shop again next time I go home for, like I said, the PM, the transmission lines replacement, the seal replacement, injectors and cups and overhead, on top of possible, well, APU may be done when I get home or before I get home. So I'm probably gonna stop and get the bunk heater fixed somewhere. But possible APU lines being tied into the radiator. So all that needs to happen. So it's probably gonna be an extended home time again too. But I want to get back into going after 3 months, going home for a month or something like that. But it's like, when I'm planning for it, it's a lot better. But with Thanksgiving and being also weak for fucking freight, and Christmas there also being there too, and being a month apart, I think I'm gonna stay out to the first week of December, and then just go home till like second week of January, first week of January, something like that. It's like 5 weeks. I'm gonna do it a little differently though. I'm gonna do it a lot differently. When I go home next time, I'll just be setting myself up differently. I didn't go home with a plan of being home for 4 weeks. I only went home with the plan was 2 weeks. I couldn't have foreseen the trailers being down an extra 2 weeks. So I wasn't set up for it. I was set up for 2 weeks. That was it. It was 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, really. The fourth week really hurt. Then, like I said, with trucking, so trucking isn't like you get paid like a normal job too. You gotta get run and so you're pretty much like always like a couple weeks behind. So you can't just like. Either way, this summer will be fine, especially if the contract rate's as consistent as I'm hoping it is. Because I can guarantee it'll load. Is what I'm being told. I'm guaranteed it'll load. I just got to give a week's notice, but thankfully this truck is much cheaper. For example, I'll give you a tease load, right? This is not my load, but this was my driver was at home, right? He lives up in Michigan. My driver was at home. He was offered. I don't remember where it was from, but I remember it was 1,000 miles. I generally have to deadhead to these loads. They're region based. They're not like specific cities. So like, for example, Michigan. It could be Ohio. It could be Illinois and Indiana, right? So you could be looking at 300 miles a day. But let's just worry about region in miles, right? So I don't remember exactly where it was picking up, but it was picking up somewhere in that radius, and it was 1,000 miles going to Virginia. It was $3,500 for 10 stops. So it was one pick, 10 drops. Like I said, LTL shit, right? Now, if you had paid off equipment, that's actually a pretty good look, right? You're fucking doing 1,000 miles. You need to, like, you spend like $1,000 on fuel, and that's it. That's not great, but I mean, it's 1,000 miles. That's all you're gonna do, right? You don't really have any real like bills for the week, and depending on what you're actually $700 for fuel if you fill all the way up. I don't know why I said 1,000. $700, $800, based on current fuel prices. I know a couple more lanes, right? We got Texas, the Northeast. I think that was like 1,900 miles total, but it was like $6,600. So there's that one. I think it might be 62, 66, whatever. Tennessee to California. That one was like 62, 65, somewhere in that range. Might be off a little bit, my numbers. I know my low numbers at least right. I just don't remember if it's 65 or 62. Then you got something like this. You got SoCal to Northeast, one pick, 5 drops, 83. And it's like, don't remember how many miles, but it's profit, right? That's great money. You got some that pay like 93, 95, so. You could do Texas to North Carolina for $5,000. It's just like I said, these loads you got to work with. You got to work on. I don't mean work on. I mean you got to actually work for them. And they are week to week. Like it is all you're doing all week. So we shall see, because that's what it seems like I'll be doing here very soon. Might be a couple weeks by the time you guys see this before you even hear about them. Yeah, actually it would be a couple weeks. Yeah, it'll be after the 4th. I don't know exactly when. But hey, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time, boy.